guess I'm going to get a little bit nuts and bolts about it, because the whole mechanism kind of fascinates me, just from a point of view of seeing how the money's raised, where it goes, how the bills are paid, etc. Because I mean, once the problem's identified, they raise their funds, they get the contractors in, contractors start work, and then they'll do like
progress claims.
Progress claims, yep, that's the one. So where does the money that they've raised, where does that sit, and then who pays the bills? Is that something that you guys do, or does the body corp manager do that?
Yeah, so a couple of parts. We would anticipate that most body corporates will be contributing levies into the long-term maintenance fund. Now, whether that sits alongside a debt facility or before a debt facility, that just happens in the normal course of business that all of your listeners will be familiar with. When it comes to the loan component, we will approve the loan, and that funding is available to meet the agreed cash flow. So we'll sit with the owners, the committee, we'll sit with the builder and identify what the cash flow forecast is. We'll then align the drawdown profile of the loan to be able to meet those obligations. And every time there's a loan drawdown, that money gets deposited into the individual trust account, not a pool trust account, but an individual trust account managed by the body corporate manager.
Right.
And then the body corporate manager simply uses those funds to pay the contractors as they would normally, as if the funds had come from a levy.
And so the debt sits against the body corporate?
Correct.
So it's not against each individual owner?
So that's a really important aspect. So in what we do, the body corporate is the borrower. The owners are not the borrowers. So what that means is we're looking at the body corporate's ability to meet its repayment obligations, and in that effect, it's like a council. It's got the ability to raise levies from its owners. So there's a real power in the ability to raise your own levies, and that's the only security that we look for.
Right.
So the ability to levy and control those levies in the event that the body corporate doesn't do what they're meant to do. We don't require guarantees from the owners, and we don't take mortgages over their property, because that's the individual's responsibility. We're lending to the body corporate, so it's two different buckets. So this is effectively an unsecured loan to a body corporate for the purpose of remediation, seismic, general upgrades that the owners pay for through their levies.
Yeah, because I guess a body corporate, I've never heard of one going bankrupt. They, like you say, they're like a council where they can raise and control the rates or the levies or whatever. How do you have any sort of criteria that you look at when you do assess the health of the body corporate? Like, do you look at their few previous accounts or their sinking fund, or how do you actually make that decision?
So it's our background is banking, so it's similar to any credit assessment that you would normally deal with at a bank, but of course we are looking at the historical financial performance. Are they raising levies? Are they getting paid? Arrears is really important for us, so we want to know what's the arrears level like, how old is it, and particularly if there's some problematic owners that have just either have an unwillingness or an inability to pay the levies, what's the committee doing about it? And the Unit Titles Act provides a very, very clear mechanism for a BC to recover levies that are in arrears.
Which